Alright, so I was planning on doing this top 10 like sometime around November of last year, back when the Wii U turned 5 years old, because I figured it'd be a great way to celebrate the Wii U, kind of like what I did for the GameCube's 15th anniversary when I did the top 10 GameCube Mario games, or Mario GameCube games I should say. But rest in peace for the Wii U, unfortunately it had to suffer, but there were a lot of good games on the Wii U, especially a lot of good Mario games. Some of them were great, others not so much, but there were not a lot of Mario games, so some games that would never appear in any other top 10 besides this one are going to appear, but there are some really fun games out there on the Wii U, so let's dive right into our top 10 favorite Mario Wii U games. Well, would you look at that? Number 10, it's Mario Party 10. Would you just look at this interface, man? It is so intuitive. There's so many things that you could do in here. I mean, amazing character roster, a whopping 5 party stages, you know, your standard Bowser's Castle and airships and all that kind of stuff. The linearity is just marvelous. You know, you got a lot of spaces going on. You got your blue and green spaces, then, you know, they actually innovated a bit, but you could climb up walls with a magic cruiser, a bike, and then, you know, there's some freaking awesome gimmicks, you know, with the airships just switching after every single turn, whether it's giving you green stars or purple stars, and it's the only gimmick in the game, turning every time. At least the mini games are fun, right? Mini games, they're not too easy. It's not like you could just avoid these things in a very easy platform. No, but in all seriousness, you know, this game is actually a lot of stuff to do. You know, you roll special dice blocks, and don't forget, on the top right there's Bowser's gamepad, where if you roll each number on a dice, he'll break out, and I don't know what he'll do to you, but I mean, there's at least a Bowser mode where you can where you know, Bowser rolls 4 dice blocks at once to match all 4 players, and he always rolls at least your number or higher, like I just said, 15, right? And he's rolling 15 spaces, and the Bowser mini games, you know, where he has a great advantage in the Amiibo party, which is not fun at all. Someone help. Okay, so initially I had this game ranked at number 10 because I was like, the only time I had ever played this game was when it was released, November 20th, 2015, and I unlocked pretty much everything in about a total of 6 hours. I never touched the game again. I mean, you got quite a bit of stuff going on. You got the Mega Challenge and the Classic Tennis, and then there's a total of 25 unlockable, 16 of them just being the character stars. And the graphics, I have to say, in this game are actually really good. The character models, I think they're actually they spend a lot of time on those. And the quartz, you know, the quartz can be quite better. I mean, they're really not good. And then this is the biggest gimmick in the game, where you get a Mega Mushroom and you just grow to sizes. Let me just say, Peach and Rosalina, oh my goodness, I'm not going to get into that, but very nice and pristine character models they got going on there. And man, in case you ever know why I play as Rosalina, oh, Boo, it just went over Boo. Man, I actually really like Boo's character model because he has an aura glowing around him all the time, and it's really amazing. But these are the 4 unlockable characters. For some reason, the Sprixie Princess is one of them. I don't understand. And this is what I was talking about with Boo. I mean, look at that. Like, the aura is following him. The ghost is magical. I mean, tell me about it. It's fantastic. And then I also really like the Ice Core because it reflects your body on the bottom. This is not fun at all, the Mega Ball Rally. Let's just be real here. I mean, it's basically just slow version of tennis. Let's go online, see if anyone's actually playing tennis online. I doubt I can find anybody playing Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. I mean, let's be real here. No one's going to be playing it. Wait. Please wait. We actually found an opponent? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? And the opponent wasn't even that hard. I mean, I beat him. Granted, it was for fun mode. I mean, for real? Okay, so at number 8, we have the longest name in like video game history, pretty much. Mario and Sonic at the Sochi 2014 Olympic Winter Games. I didn't get to see when it was released. It was released November 15th, 2013. Now, this game, there's nothing wrong with this game. You know, this game's actually not bad. It's got a very Very strong user interface, especially at the start. The only mode I actually really played in was single match. I probably could have done Legend Showdown and see what was going on there, but the fact that you just couldn't unlock any other characters was just a bummer. They do have quite a few events, but I feel like the events they're not really too fun because they're like the same as from the 2010 Olympic Winter Games. And the character roster, like I was saying before, like they need to add more characters, man. It's been the same characters since the Vancouver 2010 games. I mean, come on, please, we need more characters. And then, you know, some of the games like the Alpine Skiing Downhill, I mean, it's a weird white color. Like, it's kind of like a vanilla type of color that's just bland, and it's like you're in a frozen tundra, like pretty much Antarctica or something. Like the ski jumping's kind of fun, but I just don't like how the controls work. I feel like maybe like they rushed the controls a little bit too much, in my opinion. But besides that, this game's not too bad. I could tell they spent a lot of time on it because it's very colorful. In my opinion, it just suffered from the fact that, you know, Mario 3D World, spoilers, which is on this list, came out exactly 1 week, so I didn't get enough time to play it. And for some reason, I didn't know my camera was on the right side of the screen when I was recording that. I mean, let's be real here. Oh man. But at least the Dream Snowball fight game is actually a little fun. That was pretty awesome. But yeah, that's this game. So I didn't really want to be that guy that just like rushed on his rankings and like just put the two Olympic Games right next to each other. But to be honest, this is kind of like the gap between, or the line between the bad games and the good games, where the Sochi games are the end of like the bad games that came out on the Wii U. And then the real games, let's just take a moment and pause and notice that the developers spent a lot of time creating Rouge's character model with that perfect design. But let's be real here. This is where the good games kind of start to appear on the Wii U. And I kind of like the simple interface for the Wii U version, especially the guest characters. Like finally, they're not like playable characters through every single event, but it's one special character. They're taking a step in the right direction. And, you know, I can't talk about the 100 meters without this screen going away too fast because it's the quickest event in the entire game, but it's super fun because you get to mash down the 2 button on the Wii remote as fast as you can, and it's really fun. And I got like 8.4 seconds with Nabbit the first time I played it. Also, the music in this game is actually very fun, especially in soccer and sometimes rugby or dual rugby. Like, I like how the crowd is like chanting with you and it's going at the same time. It's really fun to be, and it energizes you to actually like, you know, try and score that goal or score like the point or the try or whatever it is in rugby or something like that, which is another important thing about the Rio Olympics, and especially, you know, this Olympic Games in general, is that there was a lot of sports in here that I wasn't really sure what the rules are, but it was very simple and they taught them to me super quick, and overall I ended up enjoying this game because it's a very colorful game and I enjoyed, you know, the aspects and the simplicity that the game had to offer. Alright, so this game, New Super Mario Bros. U plus New Super Luigi U, would have been number 6 on the list regardless if New Super Luigi U existed or not. But the thing is, I'm counting for the release date. New Super Luigi U technically came out as DLC for New Super Mario Bros. As an eShop add-on, which was only $20, and it came out on like June 20th, 2013, whereas like the physical disc copy didn't come out until like mid-July, like a month later. So that's why I put the release date down as that. And also, when I was recording the footage, I only played, you know, New Super Mario Bros. U. I didn't end up doing any of the challenges or the New Super Luigi U, which I also put as part of this ranking, and I put it at the same title because, again, New Super Luigi U is an add-on. But I just have to say, this is one of the first games, Super Mario games, that actually like takes the world map and expands upon it, because you could actually have like Mario walking through different areas. It's kind of Super Mario World-esque, but I find it more, you know, more interactive in a way where there's like active creatures. You get to pick up the baby Yoshis on your way, and then, you know, there are different paths where you could run into the Hammer Bros or the Goombas. But also, I think having only 10 slots for items was not enough. Like, just in the playthrough I was doing when I was recording, I was getting, I think, maybe like half a dozen items that either I already had or I didn't have. But again, only 10 items could fill the spot, and I was a little disappointed because, you know, getting all those items should be a reward, but the fact that you can only keep 10 of them, I mean, that's not real. But anyways, with the boss fight, this is the final Bowser. Spoilers, but this game is like 5 years old technically. the Bowser fight is actually not bad. I mean, I like it, but it's not, you know, anything to boast about. But this is New Super Luigi. New Super Luigi takes an interesting twist on New Super Mario Bros. U. Again, both really great games. I like the 2D side-scroller and the HD graphics. But the thing is, every single level in New Super Luigi U, you all know this already, is 100-second timer. And that makes it really fun and kind of a speedrun type game. Also, as you can see here, I'm playing as Nabbit when I'm only one player. That's because I held down the L and R buttons, or ZL, ZR buttons, one of those, when doing it. And the thing is, Nabbit doesn't get hurt. As you can see, I'm literally right in front of the dry bones, and I'm not getting hurt. Another interesting point in this game that this game had to offer was the challenge mode, like kind of like a speedrun mode, which is also really fun. But some of them were just too hard. I never got a chance to finish them, but nonetheless, this game is really fun. Yes, and I also put the two Mario series platformers back to back, but that's not a coincidence, guys. We have Super Mario 3D World, released November 22nd, 2013, exactly 1 week from the Sochi Olympic Games, so that's why I got more into this game than that game, which may have hurt that game's rankings a little bit. But this game features 5 characters, Rosalina being one of them, as you saw right there, and this takes a page out of Super Mario Bros. 2 for the NES's book, where, you know, Mario's the balanced character, Luigi's the character that jumps really high and has low traction, Peach is the character that floats, and Toad just runs faster. And I also like the interface in the world map where you could actually like run around, so it's a little more 3D and has a little more places to roam than Mario Bros. U. There's also some these Mega Mushrooms as power-ups, and it's a really fun concept, you know, that you get to just run around and destroy enemies like Mario Bros. DS and or New Super Mario Bros. I should say. And you also got, you know, original fire, you know, power-ups coming back, like the fire flower. Ugh, sorry, I can't talk. But you also got the you know, the skater shoe, or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of like a play on the Karibo shoe from Mario Bros. 3, except you use them for the ice levels. But the main gimmick in this game is the Super Bell, or, you know, which turns Mario and his friends into a cat, which I never thought would be such an interesting and fun concept. But the seeing it in perspective is actually really fun, and it's a perfect item to use in this game. And I love how they basically made the whole game centered around this cat theme, where, you know, as a cat you can just like climb up walls or do like specific dives and moves, and it's actually really entertaining to be able to play as this cat for some reason. And in the final Bowser, you know, which I didn't get to for this recording, but Bowser turns into a cat too, and oh my goodness, it's just the funniest thing ever. And man, having World Bowser, like you thought you were done at the World Castle, but then you entered this stage at the very end of the game, and you're at World Bowser, and it's just really intense to begin with. And once you complete it, you end up going to World Star, where you could then play World Star-2 to unlock Rosalina. I mean, it's just like a compelling story from front to back, and like it seems like it never actually ends. And, you know, having Rosalina is actually really helpful because she has that spin attack, which can kill enemies in one-shots and gives her a higher jump, which is especially useful for this level, the final level in the game, Champions Road. Only you get to play this when you 100%ed every other portion of the game, you know, by getting all green stars, all tops of the flagpoles, and played with every single character and such like that. And this was like my first time playing. I almost beat Champions Road with Rosalina and Luigi Bros, you know, to celebrate 2013. And you also have these nice little fun Captain Toad minigame levels, which I did enjoy a lot. Speaking of, now, some of you are going to say, Gabe, this is not a Mario game, it's a Toad game. Yes, I know what you're talking about, and I know the point of view that you have. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which came out December 5th, 2014. However, it is a direct play off of the Super Mario 3D World, or the Mario series game. So I'm calling it a Mario game because at the end of the game, it's back in the Mario Kingdom. And as you can see here, Super Bell Hill, the exact same level from Mario 3D World. It is exact. I call it a Mario game because it's basically like a prologue to Super Mario 3D World, or a prequel, you could say, like a direct prequel. Happens immediately before that game happens. But I just really enjoyed, for some reason, I actually really enjoyed this game. I did not think I was gonna, you know, have as much fun with it as I did, and it had a lot of fun DLC content with the whole trying to find the little Toad thing. like the 8-bit Toad with the Toad amiibo that he had. And as you can see, I did have a little trouble with the camera because I didn't realize I had the camera on inverted instead of for normal, but nonetheless, just, you know, take my footage for granted for now. And unlike the Mario 3D World levels where it was just like all blocked shape, these are the Captain Toad levels where it actually has more of a linearity for some scope, and which is actually not a bad thing in most senses, because you're actually still trying to find your way. It's more of like a maze, and you're actually doing some really cool things, like you're in front of a blizzard train, for like an express train, which is really awesome. You're trying to find the end to get the star, and this was amazing too. Some people didn't like this, but I actually really like this a lot, where the entire episode 2 you get to play as Captain Toadette, or just Toadette, you know, with the Captain Toad headlight and all that good armor that she has on her. And again, with the whole episodes, there's actually 3 episodes and like a total of like 60 plus levels in the entire game, because there's like at least 20 levels in each of the 3 episodes, and then there's like 50 bonus levels. Some of them, you know, don't even count as bonus levels. And then this actually has like real final boss battles in like a puzzle game, where it's just like a maze or something. Like you never thought you'd have like a boss level. But again, the boss level's like centered around throwing turnips, and it's really fun. Okay, so we're moving along, guys. You knew this had to happen. Super Mario Maker, released in September 11th, 2015. Probably the only good Mario game to come out in 2015, because as you could expect, the only other Mario games that came out in 2015 were Mario Party 10 and Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. Let's not talk about those games again. This is the beginning of what I like to call the big boys, to reference, you know, Video Game Donkey, for the Wii U Mario game. Starting off with Super Mario Maker. This is just kind of like a Mario player's dream, to be able to make their own Mario levels and like share them with the world. But again, I think they gave too much creative power to the masses, because as you can see, it is so easy to just create the trolliest of levels, just spam, you know, items and power-ups and like ledges and then enemies that you can't even get past, like a triple stack of Bowser, and then trying to move the goalpost a little bit to the side so you could block it off with, you know, unbreakable blocks, and you don't have and you won't give the player the items to break the blocks, no way to get to the flag. And then of course the biggest troll of all, just putting the door, creating a dev exit, having a player go through so much impossibility. That is the one big downside of this game, is the creative abuse that these people have. Again, Super Expert Mode will do that to you. But there you go. That is the power of making the Mario levels. Other than that, actually, it's really fun to make Mario levels. I just made one a couple days ago if you want to see that video. I'll probably have a card on it somewhere. And, you know, you also have the 100 Mario Challenge, where you could actually try and save Princess Peach by going through, you know, 16, 5, 6, 10, 8 creator levels. Some of them, like this, like the speed run related levels, are actually really fun to do and play. It just depends. Some of them are actually really hard, like, you know, trying to get through like bomb sections. But nonetheless, whether or not you enjoy making levels or playing other people's levels, this game has a plethora of stuff for you to do, and its replayability is actually beyond the charts. Some of them, you know, like this, are, you know, really free control-y, but there's others that are neatly challenging with a sense of you know, creativity, and actually have a lot of scenic aspects about them. You could also actually play in the Mario Bros, Mario Bros 3, and Mario World, or the new Super Mario Bros. U, and also Nintendo creates their own levels too, which is really fun. I think they stopped doing it for now, but other than that, it shows that they had support for this game, and this game is still really fun even to this day. Now, you knew it had to come. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. I couldn't leave Smash Bros. Out of this list, because I put Melee in the GameCube list, and this is actually how long it took for the startup movie to play. 42 seconds since entering the game. That just shows, I think, how underpowered the Wii U is, and how incapable it is of running this game. But nonetheless, this game has a plethora, just tons of music choices. Like, I could just sit here for like an entire day and listen to all the songs. It's also got an amazing classic mode, which can be difficult depending on the level you want to set it to. And then you have a bunch of single player options, you know, special orders. You could do all-star mode, again, fighting every player one at a time. And then, you know, you got your event matches, and you could look at all the DLC character movies, or like the newcomer character movies, because those were really fun when the Smash Bros. Hype was real back in 2013 and 2014. you know, you can play as my boy Metal Mario again. Again, you would have to do some special matches, and with special matches, it can get pretty chaotic, like in this moment here, where everything just goes flying out. Rest in peace, the Miiverse stage, where no Miiverse comments can no longer be shown. But I think the big boy in this Smash that makes this Super Smash Bros. Besides the HD graphics is the 8-player Smash. I mean, this is just fantastic. I really enjoyed this, and I play 8-player Smash a lot because it's really fun. It gets chaotic at times, but if you choose the right stage and you just know where your character is, you know, because there's like a red player 1, then you should be fine if you know how to control your character. Again, players trying to combat for just one tiny space, but don't try and play your amiibo if he's at level 50, because you can play your amiibo too. Again, the best use of amiibo, because your amiibo will destroy you. And you could also play online. I haven't played too much online, not even much of For Glory, but this is real time. This is my real capture card. This isn't me slowing down the footage. I'm telling you, this is how slow the online for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U was. It was incredibly slow. I couldn't believe it, and it's just unbearable. One of the big downsides for this game, and main reason why it's at number 2, it's going at like a frame per second, but nonetheless, this game is still fantastic, and I do enjoy it. Alas, I did it with my GameCube games. I'm doing it with the Wii U games again. Mario Kart 8, the Mario Kart version for the Wii U console, which came out May 30th, 2014, is my number 1 pick for the greatest Mario Wii U game of all time. Obviously, since the Wii U is dead, rest in peace, the Wii U. You were such a great console. But Mario Kart 8 is a really fun game. Doesn't even matter if it's currently getting outshined by Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch, which I usually play at this point instead of Mario Kart 8. Doesn't take away from the fact that at the time, without Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mario Kart 8 was the definitive way to play Mario Kart on the Wii U. It was fantastic experience. All the DLC characters were not my favorite, and the fire hopping was a big flaw in that game. It wouldn't allow me to get any records. You had Mario Kart TV, which was a cool feature because you actually got to view some replays of your favorite races. The online was really fun, much better than Super Smash Bros. Online, because you could actually play 200cc online races. Come in first like me, because I'm just such a beast at this game. Gaining yourself more VR. Not too many people play regular Mario Kart 8 online. I was only able to find one person on at the time. But at the same time, this game is still near and dear to my heart, because you have all the DLC courses and everything is going for it. The HD graphics, even though it does get outshined by Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because it's a much better deal and it has better characters, this can't take away from the fact that Mario Kart 8 takes the cake as the greatest Mario Wii U game out there. So guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I really do hope that you enjoyed. If you found this video entertaining, please give it a like. And if you are new here and if you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing, because there will be a bunch of more awesome content on the way. What is your favorite Mario Wii U game of all time? I'd love to read your comments, and thank you so much for watching.